What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Hope everybody week is going well. It's that time again. It's Sunday. Rep Your Team Sundays. Those that follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, you know I do these every Sunday. And then on every Wednesday, I do midweek encouraging vlogs. Well, last week was kind of a switcheroo. My video wasn't working for my recap for Monday. Those of you that follow me, you know that I did the video on Monday for a recap, but it didn't record properly or something like that. So I had to clear room to make room for today and do Rep Your Team Sundays powered by Xbox. Y'all know what time it is, man. Instead of using Madden though, I'm gonna use the NFL app that's connected to Microsoft through Xbox. So I'm gonna do it that way. Also, I want to get in some other news before I get started. I'm not gonna take long. I'm looking forward to this college playoff. It's getting ready to be interesting now. Alabama didn't play in the SEC title game. Those of you know, Georgia and Auburn did, and Georgia won. And then you had the ACC title game. My Tar Heel wasn't in it this year, but they had Clemson and you had Miami. Clemson took Miami to the woodshed. I didn't think it was going to be a blowout, but they blew them out. And then you had Oklahoma versus TCU. Oklahoma ran away. It was close at first, but they ran away with the game, won that game. And then you had Ohio State and Wisconsin. Ohio State won that game. That was a really good game. But what I'm interested to see is how are the committee gonna let Ohio State in, or are they gonna let Alabama in? I think personally, the only thing that might go against Alabama in its favor as far as getting in is the fact that they wasn't in the SEC title game, but they only lost one game. And that's the thing I hate about college. You lose one game or two games, they'll get in quicker than somebody's undefeated, but they don't just go by record, they go by strength of schedule. So Alabama had a strong schedule, but Ohio State's going to argue, well, we lost two games, but we beat top 10 teams, and one of them we beat was in the title game. So it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to shock a lot of people. But how I have it right now, Clemson number one, where they're at. I got Oklahoma at number two. I got Wisconsin at number three. And I think that fourth spot is going to be filled by Alabama. I could be wrong, but we'll see. They might go for Ohio State. I don't know, because Alabama's been dominating. I think it's fair that Alabama get that fourth spot. But if not, you never know. It's college. And then you also got college basketball back. A lot of good teams to look out for. My Tar Heels doing our thing. We beat Michigan earlier this week, but we lost to Michigan State, I think, last week. But it's getting interesting with college basketball. A lot of good things to look out for. NBA, it's such a long season. So as the NFL ends and the football season ends, I'll tap more into basketball. But with NBA, Cavs on the winning streak. Last time I checked, well, they did lose. But LeBron is doing his thing right now, and it's going to be interesting to see how they look when Isaiah Thomas gets back in January. And then you got Boston, who I believe is going to dethrone Cleveland this year of the East, is doing their thing. So a lot of good things to look out for in the NBA. But I'm going to go ahead and get started with this football, this NFL, and I'm going to look at the NFL app that's next to me on my TV through my Xbox. All right, so today's December 7th, and no, it's not December 7th. I'm tripping. That's the wrong date, y'all. Excuse me. Wrong date. Technical error on my part. All right, so like I said, I picked Dallas over Washington in that one. Then next we have Denver over Miami. I got Denver winning that one, even though they're 3-8 and the Dolphins are 4-7. I got Baltimore over Detroit in the battle of the 6-5 teams. They played this morning early, I think probably overseas or something. But oh no, that's just the time thing they got up there. Excuse me. But I got Baltimore beating Detroit in that one. Tennessee and Houston. I got Tennessee winning that one. You got Jacksonville and the Colts. I got Jacksonville winning that one. You got Kansas City versus the Jets. I think the Chiefs bounce back this week and win that one. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens in that AFC West too, because Chargers are one game behind them. And I think the Raiders, if I'm not mistaken, is one game behind them. I'm going to get to the records in a minute. I'm going to go through these scores quick. I got the Falcons is going to be the upset of the week over the Vikings. I got them slowing the Vikings down this week. I got Patriots over the Bills. I got Chicago over San Francisco. I got the Packers over the Bucks. I got the Chargers over the Browns. I have the Panthers over the Saints. That's going to be a tough game right there. I got the Rams over the Cardinals. I got the Raiders over the Giants. Philly, I believe, is going to beat Seattle this game. And last but not least, Pittsburgh and Cincinnati trying to do a little run. I got Pittsburgh winning, so that's my week 13 picks. And then you got week 14, the Thursday night game. You got the Saints and the Falcons. I got New Orleans winning this one. I got New Orleans winning that one. So that's my week 13 picks, and that's my week 14 early pick. I'm trying to find where I can find the records. This is my first time using the But anyway, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'll figure out and play around with the app later on. But so that's my scores, that's my predictions, and that's my other news with sports. I'm gonna just leave with these final notes. I'm looking forward to the playoffs in the NFL, just like I'm looking forward to the playoffs in college. I'm curious to see how the Eagles, will they be contenders or pretenders? I'm curious to see if the Rams are for real going into the playoffs. I'm curious to see if Minnesota, which I'm not really sold on, are they a legit team like that? Yeah, they're doing their thing right now, but playoffs will make you or break you. I'm curious to see how they're going to do. I'm curious to see who's going to do their thing in the NFC South. I had picked Atlanta to win that division, but the way it's looking right now, I think the Saints lead that division, or the Panthers, one of the two. One of them two teams lead that division. But I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that situation, with Atlanta getting back to where they were at last year, and then the Saints doing what they're doing with their team, clicking on cylinders, and the Panthers doing what they're doing with the number one defense in the league. So I'm curious to see even how Seattle, how will they do with all these injuries that's been going on. Cam out for the year. Could be a career-ending injury. Sad to hear. But wish him the best, praying he gets better. Sherman's out for the year. So I'm just curious to see if Russell Wilson's going to take this team on his shoulders. And then moving to the AFC, who's going to dethrone the Patriots? That's the question. Patriots, I believe, going to do their thing. I believe they're going to get to the AFC title game. But stranger things have happened. I'm curious to see if Kansas City going to bounce back and show that they were the team that they were weeks ago before they went on this little slump. I'm curious to see who's going to take that division, with things getting tight right now. With them being one game ahead and two teams behind them, how will it hold up? And then, is the Steelers, are they the team to beat in the AFC? A lot of people saying Patriots. I'm saying Patriots. But I got this feeling you don't want to overlook Pittsburgh this time. They've heard so much about the Patriots talk. They've heard so much about they're not a team that could contend with them. And it's true because the Patriots have had their number, but it's a different Steelers team this time around. So I'm curious to see what is going to happen going into these playoffs. Also, other news, those that heard about it, Eli Manning is benched, and I just got an update this morning that the Giants could possibly fire their coach no later than Monday. So it's getting real out here with these news and these different things that's going on. I'm just curious to see what's going to happen going into the playoffs. Who's for real, who's not for real. And like I told a few coworkers, and I told a few people, even at my other job in the gym, a lot of people look good in the regular season. But when that playoffs hits, records are out the window. Everybody's starting over. So it doesn't matter what your record is right now. How are you going to finish? That's what the thing would concern me with Philadelphia. Philadelphia team is stacked. They got everything going right now. They're healthy. But minus the injury with Peters. But what is going to happen when Wentz has his first taste of adversity in the postseason? Because again, regular season you can dominate, you can hit people in the mouth, you can dominate all year. But when that playoff atmosphere hits you, how you gonna act? My team found it out last year. So with that being said, thank you to all my subscribers that recently subscribed. Tell others about this channel. Thank you for those that supported me. Again, I'm gonna get back to doing my encouraging videos on Wednesdays. I did one Thursday, but I'm gonna get back to my normal schedule starting today. So rep your team Sunday. Comment below who's your team, what you repping, what sports you like. You know what I'm saying? Let's make this thing fun. I appreciate everybody that's been supporting it so far. Any ideas you have, let me know. Let's keep this thing going, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all week. Take it easy. Have a blessed day.